It is time to leave your worries outside and laugh with us inside the treehouse. I'm Dan O'Malley, along with Trey Trenholm. Coming up on today's show, it is going to be action-packed. So coming up on today's show, marry rich and not work.
Yes, please.
Seems very, very tempting, right? That may be one of those expectations versus reality type scenarios. So we'll touch on that today. Also, Jim Penis is real. And neighbor wars. We are going to start today with neighbor wars. But before we get to that, just a quick mention. If you love what you hear today, please help us grow the Treehouse Show by sharing it with a friend or someone you think could use a laugh today. Hit that share button from your favorite listening platform and share that so we can grow the Treehouse Show together. Thank you very much. Okay, we are starting today with neighbor wars. I don't know if there's something that is more relatable than having an a-hole neighbor or an inconsiderate neighbor. I think we've all experienced at least one, if not both.
I've gone to jail for one.
And everything I just teased is off the table. Trey, the floor is yours.
Yeah, we never talked about this. About 3 years ago, let's see, what is it? I guess it's 22, I think. Yeah, definitely. 21 or 22. So I guess 5. I had a neighbor, and he was absolutely the worst human being on the face of the earth. So much so, like, he went out of his way, and it wasn't just me, it was the person on the other side too. He would put like massagers, like, like the big ones, like you like literally need 2 handles. Like, he would put them up against the wall to rattle everything.
Kind of like the ones at Floyd's barbershop.
Yes.
It's like you need the 2 hands, and you have to really it's almost like a violent sander.
Yes. It just and did all, and finally after, and I begged. I mean, we had recordings. We begged the management, everything else. I finally snapped one night. It was just after Texas OU weekend, and I was short on sleep, and I was trying to go to bed. It was like 9:00, and he started that, and I went over and I put hands around his throat.
Was it to demonstrate to him what him running the massager up against the wall feels like, or were you trying to kill him? Is there a statute of limitations on this? Do you need to be careful how you answer that?
No, I've already been through probation, and so.
Oh, okay. So
it was a misdemeanor assault. I didn't leave bruises.
So you've been adjudicated.
I have been adjudicated.
Okay. Were you trying to kill him?
I was trying not to. No, I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to express my frustration after a year of him absolutely being a dick and ruining sleep and countless nights. I'll at some point I'll go through my phone and I can dig up some of the recordings, but yeah, it was unbelievable the shit he pulled.
As I'm asking the question, I'm envisioning your answer as I say, were you trying to kill him? In which case, if you were trying to kill him, I think he'd be dead. Because I've known you a long time. If you're seeing red, you know how that, yeah. So here's the, oh, goddamn, why was he doing this?
We don't know. He was just, it was, he was a short little fuck, and the other guy behind on the other side of him, his name's Kyle, and Kyle and his wife were just 2 of the nicest people in the world, and I keep up with them, love them to death. We don't know. It's like he got his rocks off on being a nuisance.
So he was a real life troll instead of an online troll. He's trolling his neighbors in real life by vibrating everyone's apartments.
Vibrating. Well, I literally, one day I got so mad and I had to quit because the other guy on the other side complained, and I liked him too. I literally, I went and got from the bar one of a big speaker, and I hooked it up to Tejano music, cranked the bass up, and just put it right against the wall. And so every time it was like, fine, you want to do this? Oh, the other thing he would do, he or later, I think it was a lacrosse ball. He would bounce just against the wall. He would like throw it. And so when he would start doing that or whatever else, I went and got the speaker and let him enjoy Tejano music, the good bassy kind.
Oh yeah, I like how he started out annoying, or his method was to be annoying. Yours was to recreate a CIA black site.
The ball thing, I think at first he just didn't think that it would be disturbing to everyone else. Mm-hmm. And then it's like when he figured it out, he just didn't give a shit. And so, yeah.
God.
Dakota.
His name was Dakota?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as we know, there are 2 Dakotas that live in the North Texas area. One was an a-hole neighbor of yours. The other is the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, but you're never going to mistake these two. There'd be no confusion between the two of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Dak Prescott was your neighbor and throwing a ball against the wall, it probably would have gone through it at some point.
Yeah, unless it was the fourth quarter and the game's on the line.
Right out the window.
Yep.
Into the hands of a waiting Giants cornerback who just happened to be walking by. It was like, where'd this come from? I'm just like visiting my grandma. Jesus. All right. So thank you for sharing your neighbor's story. I've got one to share that is currently happening to me. But before we get to that one, this one to me is interesting. And by interesting, I mean really clear cut. So someone jumped online and said, my neighbor kept parking in my driveway after multiple warnings. I had her car towed, and now she wants me to pay the fee. That's just a headline. There's a story to this that, I'll be honest with you, I don't even think this needs much context. The only question I would have based on that headline, let me repeat it. My neighbor kept parking in my driveway after multiple warnings. I had her car towed, and now she wants me to pay the fee. Every question I have about this situation is already answered in the headline. But I'll ask the question anyway to you, Trey, the ultimate question, and that is this guy right to have the neighbor's car towed for parking in his driveway?
Yes. I mean, he's absolutely 100% correct. Now, especially if she's blocking the driveway, like interfering with him getting to a garage or something like that, absolutely. And the fact that if he gave her multiple warnings, he is a far nicer person than I would, because I would give one warning and then I'm towing your car.
So
especially if I come home and I'm like, I need to get into the garage or something, whether you're hauling something or whatever, I would absolutely. And it would probably get towed with 4 flat tires.
Don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So here's the full context. My neighbor and I have houses next to each other, but we don't share a driveway. My driveway is on my side of the property line, and there's even a fence separating our yards. After about a couple of weeks ago, my neighbor's adult daughter moved back home. Since then, her silver Civic has been parked in my driveway 4 different times. The first time, I knocked on her door, and she apologized and moved it. The second time, I left a note on the windshield saying it was my private driveway and asked her not to park there again. The third time, I talked to her directly. She said her daughter only needed the space temporarily and that she didn't think it was a big deal since my driveway was empty. The fourth time, I got home from work around 7 p.m. with groceries in the rain, and the same car is sitting in my driveway. No one was home. I called the towing company first to make sure I was allowed to have it removed from my property. They confirmed I could, so I had it towed. The next morning, my neighbor came over angry. She said her daughter had to pay $350 to get the car back and that I should reimburse her because I caused the fee. I told her I had already asked multiple times. She said, I didn't think you were actually going to tow it. You could have just called me. I told her, I understand that, but I also expected my driveway not to be used after I asked you not to. Since then, she hasn't spoken to me. Her daughter texted me saying I made this into a bigger deal than it needed to be. Another neighbor told me I should have tried one more conversation before escalating because we still have to live next to each other. I know neighbor relationships matter, but I also feel like I gave enough warnings. So, did I escalate too far or did I give enough chances?
Your neighbor, the neighbor that said you should have given him one more time, the mother, the daughter, all of them, all the way off, all the way off. You gave ample choices. You gave ample warning. You're, like I said, if especially in the rain, I've got groceries and I can't. Oh, yeah, you're mysteriously going to be running on flats.
This is where the whole neighbor relationship thing is fascinating to me because I feel like in neighbor relationships, there are two types of people. There's someone that cares about the neighbor relationship and thinks about the consequences of a feud. And then there's the other person that doesn't give a flying F about it. And if the one neighbor doesn't give a flying F about it, you shouldn't either because there's no winning that. There is no, oh, the neighbor relationship matters and I don't want to have a neighbor war. That person is not going to bend. And so they are taking advantage of knowing either A, they don't care what you do, or B, that you will bend because you're the one in the relationship that cares about good neighbor feelings.
I'll get back to the neighbor thing in a second. What the other problem with this whole story, and it's probably the thing I hate more than just about anything else in this world, is entitlement. It shows a level of entitlement that you don't have. You think your neighbor's driveway is your driveway because it's more convenient for you, whatever. And I blame the mom, I blame the daughter, whatever. Listen, I try I don't know my neighbors. I seldom see them. It's not like I keep normal hours, but I try to be a good neighbor. And I'll give you a very concrete example of like right now. I get up at 4:40 in the morning. I exercise at 5. Now, some mornings I've been trying to do yoga. I would love to do yoga. What?
Is that part of your court-ordered rehabilitation from
No,
your
I'm past
choking?
all that.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. All right.
I would love to do yoga from my living room. Because I'm learning and I watch videos and I try to emulate, but yoga's hard. If you've never done it, don't sit there and snicker. It's hard.
Oh,
I am in very good shape, and I am telling you, it's hard. I know you get it, but I'm saying the general audience.
No, this is one of those opportunities for me to briefly just to tell for those that don't know the story. I'm not going to tell the whole story. I'm just going to tell the very brief version that the first time I tried yoga with my wife doing like a P90X yoga, I got stuck. I'm not making that up. I got stuck and she had to push me over to unlock me. So yeah.
So, but I don't do it in my living room because it's 5 a.m. and I'm trying to be a courteous neighbor and not make a bunch of racket for the people below me. So I go to the gym and I do it there. Even when I get back and when I have a little, thing I sit on, meditate, everything else. But I try to be very gentle. So I'm not Mr. Stompy for the neighbors below me. I have neighbors above me that do not hesitate at all to be Mr. Stompy. They clearly do not know what it means to pick up your feet, to walk softly. Everything is like them trudging through the god snow.
That's the hell I am currently living in. We are on the 3rd floor of this apartment.
Hey, me too.
Yeah. And it's we're currently in Portland, so it's basically Austin Northwest. So we're in a mid-rise apartment building. And so there's a number of floors above us. But the people above us are the Stompy McStompersons. I'm pretty sure it actually says it next to their mailbox. And they don't know from walking softly. I swear to God, it's Harry and the Hendersons living up there. You want to know why you don't see Bigfoot on TV when they go looking for him in the woods? Because the whole family's living right above me. Stomp, 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 stomp. And they are on a semi-normal schedule. Okay? That's the good thing. Around 6:30 to 7 a.m., Portland time, they're up, they're waking up, they're stomping around, and then they're going to bed around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. The problem with that is we are middle-aged. We are already in bed by the time they start their evening stomping. And because we don't keep normal banker's hours, we're both self-employed, we actually get to sleep in a little bit later sometimes. So they're going to bed later and waking up earlier, which means they're waking us up on both ends of their stomping sessions. And Jesus H. Christ, there are so many different ways to go about trying to solve this problem. I hardly know which one to pick because I suffer from a severe case of analysis paralysis. I can overthink almost any situation to death. So you are currently dealing with Stompy upstairs neighbors. We've got the Stompy McStompersons living above us. What's the best course of action to get them to stop?
It's a great question. I had the same problem in my last apartment, and I recorded the people and I sent it to the management. And I said, could you please ask these people just to try to walk a little bit softly? Like it is not everything needs to be just like you're marching.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably going to end up doing the same thing, except my previous management were very proactive and very good. This management in my current building, not so much. So I have a feeling their response to everything is, we'll call security. Yeah, because security is going to come do anything because they don't do jack crap anyways. So my next, and this is where you can go two different directions on this. You think about, well, maybe if I, left some cookies and a note up in their door saying, hey, could you mind not trying to walk a little bit softer, especially early in the morning or in the evening? Luckily, with my new schedule, because they keep an almost identical schedule as to what you are talking about, except so they are up at about 6:30. Well, I'm already up, so it's okay. Yeah. Going to bed though, so I typically now I am in bed at 9.
Yeah.
And
welcome. We've been waiting for you. It is so nice.
And my goal is to be asleep by 10.
Yeah.
And it's why I don't have a phone in my bedroom anymore or anything. But it does get a little trying if they are running late and they're still Stompy McStompers at 10:15, 10:30. It does start to really irritate me. And
when you said when they were running late, in my head, I thought you were about to say, so when they're running laps.
Yeah. And I feel like at some point in the morning, one of them does like push-ups or sit-ups or something, because there's a very rhythmic, or else they have sex very consistently. But
like on the floor, just so you get to hear it.
But yeah, no, I'm kind of in the same predicament of because the other thing about it is you could also just they could take it the wrong way and you just antagonize them and then they do it more.
Yeah. So yeah, two things. Solution based is the second one. What do we do about it? The first thing is is something that I think this is something that my wife and I do when the people above us are stomping like crazy. We're trying to figure out, and we sometimes will make a game out of it. What do we think they're doing up there? Like you mentioned, the rhythmic stomping. Are they about to report to basic and they're just practicing? Is it possible that they're doing medicine ball slams before they go to bed or first thing in the morning when they wake up? Uh, are they thinking about doing some remodeling and they've decided to start jackhammering the floor? And that's the other thing with this mid-rise building is like, and it's probably the same for you. I mean, this is concrete, so the vibrations and the sounds do travel pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that. I think people think newer buildings they've built in a way that they're soundproof, and it's like no, they're not.
No, they absolutely cut those corners. There's very little on the soundproofing side.
Yeah, I've wondered. Hopscotch is something to bring back a game of old. I've wondered if maybe they've got some chalk and they've just made themselves a little hopscotch and jump rope also.
You know what? Maybe what it is, maybe they're just doing an old school, like elementary school field day. They're just doing all the activities. They're doing the sack race,
jumping jacks,
double dutch, jump rope.
I too have pondered these questions.
Yeah. So I did the same thing you did when Tara and I were playing What Is It They're Doing Up There game. And I said hopscotch like you did. And she said, I bet it's, and she went up to me so quick. She was like, it's probably hopscotch on a pogo stick. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you win.
Pogo stick, yes.
They're up there pogoing like crazy. So the second part is the solution. What do you do about it? Because you mentioned it, Trey. Do you leave some cookies and a nice note that says, please walk softly? Here's some snickerdoodles. And does it still annoy them? What do you do? One idea Tara had was maybe what we do is we buy some house shoes, some nice cushioned house shoes, 2 pairs, because I think it's a couple above us. You get 2 pairs of house shoes in a basket, a nice gift basket with a little note that says, hey, this is from your neighbors. Would you mind me?
I don't think house shoes will do the trick. I think they stomp so much. I don't know that cushioning is the answer.
And at that point, you're trying to get them to do something that most humans, A, don't want to do, and B, is very difficult to do, and that's change a habit. Mm-hmm. They are so used to doing what they're doing. You're trying to get them to change what they do on a regular basis, change the habit. It's hard.
It is hard. And see, I was thinking more high tech when I started trying to think about solving the problem. Did you read about how when we went and invaded Venezuela to extradite their president, we did like the Sonic thing that made everyone crap and puke and crap themselves? I was trying to see if I could find one of those like on eBay.
Trey, that's ridiculous. You're gonna have to look on Temu. This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. To get your free roof inspection and property review, 833-COOK-DFW. That's 833-COOK-DFW. And a little birdie told me that they have a Dallas Cowboys ticket promotion that they are going to be doing. So keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the grindstone for that little ditty from Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. So again, get that free roof inspection, 833-COOK-DFW, or check out their work, or even get a quote for a new roof if you're in the market for one on the website, cookdfw.com. All right, today is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. Let's celebrate today with some birthdays. Lonnie Anderson, best known as Jennifer Marlowe on WKRP in Cincinnati, is 81.
I thought she died.
I did too, brother. I'm gonna click on this just to see it, because usually my prep service is good at letting us know if she's alive or dead.
Yeah, she
And
died.
oh yeah, she's dead. Yeah, prep service screwed up, because even when I click on her name, was an American actress. Like, yeah, I don't think she's still alive. Well, she would have been 81.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's really just an excuse to be able to mention WKRP in Cincinnati as one of the great all time sitcoms. Partly because it didn't center around a family. Like some of the, like it was technically a family because they all knew each other, but it's a situational comedy. So many sitcoms are always, they're family based. Um, you know them all. They're all almost always family based. Always in the home, right? WKRP in Cincinnati it's a radio station, and I'm trying to think of any sort of situational comedies right now that aren't family based. MASH, one of the greatest sitcoms of all time. Not only was that movie not set in the middle of a family or a family home, it was set in the middle of a war.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers was a bar. And that's absolutely one of my favorite shows of all time. It was set in a bar. I can't really think of many current like sitcoms that are occupation versus, home.
Yeah. And Lonnie Anderson's other claim to fame, married to Burt Reynolds.
Exactly. That's the other reason. She and Burt Reynolds, man, you talk about the it couple for a while.
Oh.
Whoo, man, that was it. Jonathan Silverman is 60. Jonathan Silverman is 60. So he had a good run on a sitcom. I think it was just called Single Life or Single Man or something single. It was on NBC for a while. It was on like before or after Friends.
That must see TV block where almost anything would succeed.
Yeah, because you're sandwiching it in between Friends and ER, or at the front end of it. So yeah, Jonathan Silverman is 60, but to me, he is best known from his role in Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
so good, such a great classic film. Also, I lived it for a number of years. Jonathan Silverman is 60. Other birthdays today. You've got Pat Smear is 67. Guitarist for the Foo Fighters, former member of Nirvana for obvious reasons, and the Germs. I don't know if that's actually his legal like government name or if that's just one he thought would be funny. I don't really want to find out. I'm just going to let it be. Patrick Ewing is 64. Hall of Fame center, 11-time NBA All-Star, would have had at least one ring if it wasn't for Michael effing Jordan. I bet he gets 2 rings in his career if it's not for Michael Jordan.
Probably.
And here's a name that I know you're going to know, but I know you have not thought of it in a long time. 2-time MLB All-Star, known for wearing a batting helmet while playing first base, John Olerud is 58.
Wow.
See? I knew you would know who he was.
Yeah, that's a name I have not heard in 25 years, 20.
I think you summed it up with
yeah.
And he wasn't, I mean, he was an all-star player. I mean, like even here it said it was 2-time all-star. I honest to God thought he was an all-star more than that. I mean, you talk about A-list actors, B-list actors, same thing with athletes. This is a guy that was an A-ish to a B baseball player as far as notoriety. Partly because he played, I think, all of his career in Toronto. but he was a solid player. I thought he was an all-star more than twice, but yeah. But for some reason, he sticks out to me, and and part of it's the helmet, but I don't know. I just feel like he stuck out to me for some reason.
I think you take the helmet gimmick away. I don't know that. Yeah, he's in that realm of there were much bigger names at the time. Baseball was a bigger. I mean, in the macro, baseball just simply is not the sport it was 25, 30 years ago. I mean,
No.
And honestly, and a lot of it, it's its own doing. And I hate to say Russ was right about something, but yeah, they should have just let him kept doing steroids because, home run competitions. I mean, that was probably the biggest time in baseball for the last 30 years when you had Sosa and McGuire going after the home run thing. And then Barry Bonds came along, and then you're like, "Hey, Cro-Magnon, man, your head's grown."
It was one of the great before and after transformations to look at Barry's rookie card and then to see 20 years later he's better and bigger.
Well, then you had the screwball way, and you had the list of the people that they thought were doping, but they never released the list. They just occasionally leaked a name, and then that person would have to go through all of, A-Rod got caught up in it. I mean, and it's like all the players, I don't know why they didn't just go, "Hey, it's all good. Just knock it off." If they really made him stop, and why they won't let him in the Hall of Fame BS and everything else. It's like my argument with that is it wasn't an unfair advantage because everyone was doing it.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, at that point, yeah.
Especially, I mean, he may be the biggest a-hole walking, but Barry Bonds was by far and away one of the most phenomenal, especially when he started off in Pittsburgh. He was a phenomenal player.
He was already 5'2".
Yeah. I mean, he was an absolute Hall of Famer before he started juicing. And I think he just got pissed off at the notoriety that Sosa and McGuire were getting and, wanted some of it.
And then he ended up with all of it. Yeah. And that's the other thing too. It's like, I will say this. I still think about, as you're talking about the steroid era, I still think about that 98 season with Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, and I still remember Mark McGuire breaking Maris's single season home run record. He misses first base as he's rounding it. He's so excited, has to go back and touch it. And it makes my stomach turn.
Because he was...
Because at the time, it was just the ultimate in being betrayed as a fan. Because like he's saying all the things you're supposed to say and he's doing all the things you're supposed to do, and then eventually it comes out that he was absolutely juicing. But here's the thing: had he just been like, yeah, I felt betrayed. I was young enough at the time and still had enough hope in my body to be like, please let this be pure. And when it wasn't, that house of cards crashed down a little bit in my soul. It didn't change the fact that I still love baseball, but it definitely changed on my view of him. And how like him hugging Roger Maris's family, being so close, and it's just like, God, you're just, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, but first of all, no one had thought about Roger Maris in decades, and it was obvious he was juicing. If you had seen McGuire 5 years prior, you knew what was going on. See, I remember it totally differently. I don't remember feeling betrayed. I remember how exciting it was because it really didn't matter what you were doing. They would break into whatever you were watching when one of those guys went up to bat. Yeah. And everyone was, I mean, it was a national thing. Everyone was glued to it, watching it. It was probably the most exciting baseball season of my lifetime.
It was probably one of the most exciting things to happen in baseball for the second half of the 20th century.
Oh, I mean,
It's hard to speak for some of the early 20th century, Yankees, Red Sox type stuff.
Even
Babe Ruth.
late Hank Aaron and that
Yeah.
stuff.
Because Hank Aaron was a solo deal, man. He was on that mission by himself. Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, that competition drove it even further. Made it so much more interesting.
I screw the last half of the 20th century. I would say that was the most exciting thing over the last 50 years in baseball.
Oh, the last current 50 years?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah, I would too.
I remember Ripken breaking the Iron Man record, and that was cool, but
that's a marathon thing.
Right. I mean, the Rangers winning a World Series was the most pleasant of surprises, but I never thought I would see that after the 2010, 2011 just absolute implosion, especially the Saint like there's the sports. I will hate Nelly Cruz till I go to my grave for absolutely losing the 2011 World Series. Yeah. But take the fandom out of it. The McGwire Sosa thing was the most exciting thing in baseball in the last 50 years.
And that's part of the reason I felt so betrayed by it. It's because I same as you, I remember all the excitement, the fun, seeing my favorite sport at the time getting recognition, and I was like, God, this is great. And then the truth comes out, and you're just like, you guys. And so I'm able to separate it a little bit and think about the happy times, kind of like in a relationship. You're like, you know what? We had some really good times, and then the bitch cheated on me. That's how I felt with the McGwire Sosa thing.
Typically that stuff, it really sours the whole experience for me, but I'm glad you can separate it out.
We had some really good times until I saw her on a video on blacks.com. If you would like more Treehouse in your life, you can get it. Go to patreon.com/Treehouse on air. Subscribe today. Treehouse Plus, Super Plus, and Ultimate Treehouse. 3 options for you to choose from to get more Treehouse in your life today. That includes bonus content, subscriber-only episodes, and video, all right there. Patreon.com/Treehouse on air. I'm Dan, along with Trey, back inside the Treehouse. Before we get to Jim Penis is Real, let's stir up some controversy. A Gen Zer has sparked outrage after declaring she wants to marry rich and not work. This is yet another example of Gen Z thinking they've discovered something that we've all known for a really long time.
Outrage from whom? Because now this is one thing, I better not see any Gen Xers, because it's not like this is a novel concept.
Absolutely, it's not. I mean, if we're being straightforward, if we're being honest, this is the oldest profession, except in this case, it's more on the amateur level.
Yeah, this is a tale as old as time.
It is. I want to marry rich and not work. Duh. So Gen Zer has sparked online outrage after declaring she wants to marry rich and not work.
Yeah,
Cinderella
isn't a great story if it's a poor guy on the other end of it.
Yeah. He's not a cobbler. Which, considering how she lost a shoe, maybe she should have gone that route. Gender stereotypes have come a long way, but that isn't to say that in 2026, some women are just fine giving up their careers to marry rich, to never work another day in their lives. In a forum on Reddit, One 20-year-old decided to do just that. She described herself as an ambitious person who is studying to become a dentist, yet had recently had a change of heart and decided life is too short to spend it stressed and working. This is a great example of a young person's mindset and not thinking ahead. She thinks life is too short to spend it stressed and working. The thing is, though, if you marry rich and don't work, you will work every day of your life. You in that scenario are not really a person. You're an asset. You're a thing. You're a trophy. You're basically you're a talking sex doll, and that's if you're allowed to talk. It depends on the guy you get with.
Well, 9 out of 10 times when you see a lopsided relationship when it comes to looks, age, something like that, there's a reason for it, and a lot of it has to do with dollar signs. And
Mm-hmm.
I can name countless places in Dallas that for years, Highland Park Village to Javier's Cigar Bar, have been a absolute trap of young single women going there looking to find a successful guy that they can meet and hopefully marry. This is not new.
Mm-hmm. It's just not typically said out loud.
I guess.
It's more. I think it was more of just sort of an understood thing. But so by this young woman declaring it to the world, going on Reddit and saying, this is what I'm going to do, then you open yourself up to criticism from other people. People that are like, how dare you? You're reinforcing gender stereotypes and blah, 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 blah. Well, yeah, she is. But it's also her life. If that's what she really wants to do, she'll find a sucker. Well, I mean, she'll be the sucker, but she'll find a guy willing to enter into this relationship.
I don't know that I agree with the gender stereotypes, because I know plenty of guys, if they could find a wealthy woman, they'd be more than happy to. There's some trade-offs there, but a nice, comfy life, yeah, I think they'd take that.
I think you'd jump on that.
It would certainly give me something to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I can.
How much are we talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're doing all these things now in your life that would make you a hell of a catch for a nice, rich older lady.
I am a good house husband.
You cook, you clean, and you all night.
Yeah.
But you need to be aware of the gym penis.
Okay.
Sorry to bring the room down, but I mean, if you're going to be a good house husband, this is something to consider. When I say to you, gym penis is real, what do you think gym penis is?
I haven't a clue.
I didn't either. I really wasn't sure. I was like, what? Like if you're doing squats or something, it turns a weird way. I mean, I've worked out in gyms now for, oh my God, I'm about to do math, like 30 years. Yeah, I don't really recall it thinking, hey, what's going on with my wiener while I'm at the gym? Well, at least not in an abnormal way.
All right. I can kind of think about it. So I'm going to assume it has to do with blood flow, and it's not going to specific areas.
That is correct. Gym penis is the opposite of the pump. Most of us go to the gym to get a pump, right? You get your biceps big, your chest looks good, your back looks good, your legs look good. Do your legs, boys. Gym penis is the opposite. Because you've pumped up everything else, your wiener's losing out. So gym penis has to do with shrinkage in the area.
See, and maybe this is just me. First of all, I have never looked at my dick before or after a workout and gone, well, what happened? I always think I look really crappy after I leave the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And, you might, if you've done chest or something, you might have, a little swole, as it were. But in general, it's like your body is all out of whack and you've been sweating your ass off. And so nothing looks great. It takes, a couple hours later, you look better. Next day, look better. But
yeah,
Who? See, it's stuff like this that now I go, okay, there are guys that are going to the gym and then they're looking down their pants, going, "What happened?" Okay, you're not doing a dick bell.
I swear to God, though, if that was an option at 24-hour fitness, they'd be lined up.
I'm sure that, yeah, but
if it was to make it bigger like your chest, absolutely, no guy would miss no guy would miss Dick Day.
No, I mean, if there were a proven way to make things bigger, the gym would be 20. There would be a line out the door 24/7, and that machine would be the hottest machine you could find. I mean,
for men and women.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Girls be right. Do you have a lot of money? Hey, get your ass in there. Come on.
That's right. So it'd be a nice change for the ladies at the gym. Instead of them wearing tight clothes and being recorded, then the guys will start wearing tight clothes and they can start recording us on the dick push.
Man, there would be like an assembly line of dick machine, tan bed, shower, woman waiting for you.
ATM.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
The most essential piece of gym equipment there is. For all things Treehouse, treehouseonair.com. If you liked it, you loved it, send it to a friend. Hit that share button from your favorite listening platform, and together we can grow the Treehouse Show. Speaking of which, you can also follow us on social media, and we've even got a YouTube page. At Treehouse on Air is our handle for social and YouTube. YouTube.com/@Treehouse on Air. We will see you next time here inside the Dick Gym.